Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Dairy Magazine, reporting to you here today with Melissa Lema from Western United Dairies. She's their North Coast field rep, deals a lot with the organic dairy market. Wanted to talk with you today about that. If you could share, what are the trends right now? We've seen over recent years, there's been a big focus and push from consumers towards organic, and thus there was a premium because there wasn't as much. But now it sounds like we've got a lot more organic dairy product in the market, which kind of saturates that and lowers the prices. But where are we at? What can you tell us?
So the dairy organic market over the last 5 years, they saw a lot of softening in their price. They were really getting a good premium. I mean, up in the $30 to $40 range, depending on the processor for their milk. And it really dropped over the last 4 or 5 years. And I think that a big thing was there was a ton of consumer demand for more organic product. And a lot of dairies were able to do the transition. And once those dairies transitioned and that milk started hitting the market, some of those guys could grow a little bit. We've seen some larger organic dairies cropping up around the country. And there was just so much organic milk out there that it really flooded the market. And the demand didn't keep up with the number of dairies that came in. So it's hopefully easing up a little. We're seeing some good signs, but this year will be really interesting to see how that goes. There's a lot more demand for fluid milk, I think, out there at the moment, and I think organic really is starting to emerge again as a product that people really want. But is that demand keeping up with the number of cows on that in the organic field right now? It's a good question.
And then as far as costs for organic dairies, what are the costs associated with organic dairies in comparison with conventional?
Sure. So there's obviously a cost for certification. So it's a little bit pricey to get certified. There's a lot of record keeping that goes along with it, so a lot more time involved. But the feed is really the kicker for organic dairies. The feed cost is sometimes double what the cost for their feed of their conventional counterparts is. Plus, the feed market is super tight right now with the drought. A lot of the feed is sourced out of the northeastern areas of California. They've been really short on water this year, as we all know, just like the rest of us. But combine the drought with the issues going on with the Klamath Dam up there, that has really compounded the lack of feed coming from that area. And I have dairy producers going as far as Idaho, Utah, eastern Utah to bring feed in, organic feed into California. So that's been a real factor, especially this year. It's been getting a little worse over the years, but 2021 was really a tough year on feed, and we actually lost a lot of dairies on the North Coast for that issue.
Yeah, that's too bad. And I feel like, at some point it's not economically worth it to be shipping it from so far away when the price that you were getting used to is going down.
Definitely. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. And the same goes for their milk. Milk is moving farther. We're, sending fluid milk to more urban centers to be processed, which is really important. But it also means it has a long way to go to get to that LA market. The dairies in the North Bay have a pretty decent market in the San Francisco area, but again, a lot of organic dairies and maybe not as high a demand as I think we all predicted when organic was becoming more popular.
Now, what are some ways you see our dairy marketers are trying to get our organic product into more market segments so that we can bring that price back up and so that they can get the premium they need for the costs that it takes for the feed?
That's a really good question. I've noticed, and a personal observation, but organic marketing falls a little bit more to the individual processor and the producers. So you have your Organic Valleys and your companies like the Alexander family that produce organic milk. They do a lot of their own marketing. It's driven by a lot more on the ground, like boots on the ground marketing to consumers. So they're going to food shows and farmers markets and things like that. I don't know that there's a lot of national or statewide marketing that's directed exactly towards organic, which is probably okay. We just want people to drink milk no matter what. But I think that innovation in product is going to be really important in the coming years. Fluid milk is still a really popular product in a lot of homes, but we do know that maybe it's not as a big a deal to a lot of people as it was 20 or 30 years ago. I still have milk in my cereal and my coffee, and I drink a glass every night, but not every family does that. And so finding innovative ways to get those organic products into the hands of consumers and educating them about why they want to drink organic milk is really important. Or cheese or butter, And we have some great processors doing some good work. off the top of my head. I work with Rumiano. I mentioned the Alexander family, Organic Valley, Clover Sonoma up in Santa Rosa. They do a wonderful job, but it's a little bit of a challenge because there's not like a broad marketing scheme, I think, for organic product.
So I guess the big hope too is that we can get water so that they can get adequate amount of organic feed here in California. Just a lot depends on water here. So read more about these things in California Dairy Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.